So if you know the channel, you know I have a thing for red guitars because my dad had a thing for red guitars, and I probably inherited that from him. So I saw this pop up and thought it looked like something different on the listing, and then realized it was definitely something different. And the grain on it will tell you probably right away what it is. And those of you who are reading the title of the video will recognize it anyway. But this guitar is a 2008 model Fender Select Mahogany Stratocaster. And I must tell you, this grain is absolutely stunning in the light. I'll get it out in the light in just a little bit, but this guy has a seriously beautiful top to it. The body is actually mahogany, redwood or rosewood fretboard, abalone dot inlays, which is absolutely stunning. It just did not expect to like that as much as I do. And then the metal roller nut, silver. Tell you what, I'm gonna go get this guy out in the sunshine. Be right back. Look at that wood in the sunshine. Abalone inlays, absolutely gorgeous. The silver Fender. Now this one is a 2008 model, and it has, just look at that. And mahogany is just not something you think of as a Stratocaster wood. So I absolutely could not pass up the idea of bringing this one home. Now, the actual carve does have that mild relief, very reminiscent of what the newer ultras, but not quite as deeply swept as those are. But I think the American Pro 2s might have something like that too, but I'd let somebody else correct me on that one if they know better. But locking tuners, of course, made in USA. That wood grain is beautiful. Mahogany just definitely should be an option on a Stratocaster based on the way this is. And I gotta tell you, it's heavy. It is not a light guitar at all. I am definitely going to put this one on a scale before we do a play demo on it, because I am really curious how much this guy weighs. Also really curious about the S1 switching on this guitar, which, as you can tell, does happen on your master tone. Tell you what, let's get the scale out and figure out how much this guy weighs. So this guy weighs in at 8 pounds, 7.9 ounces. So he's pretty chunky for a Stratocaster. I think most of the other Strats that I have are about 6.5, 7 pound. So it's an easy 1 pound heavier guitar. Well, let's get some basic sounds out of this guy, and then we'll give him some time to adjust to Texas weather before we compare him to something else. All right, so Fender Select through the Fender twin reverb stack on the twin reverb 68 reissue. Just start off on the neck and work our way back. Neck and middle. Middle position, or middle pickup. Position 2. And finally, all the way back on the bridge. So I'm gonna have to refresh myself on what the coil splitting does, because it almost sounds like the coil split in position 1 doesn't do anything, but maybe I have to remember, bring myself up to speed on the original S1 switching, because I never had one, so this is kind of a cool moment for me to see what it's like to have one. But man, this neck plays so good, and I'm really interested in getting it next to the American Pro Limited to find out just exactly how similar it is, because there's so many things, like the headstock being black and the feel of the neck and the fretboard makes me really feel like they're a lot more similar than I gave them credit for, even knowing that they look a lot alike. But anyway, give us some time to adjust to Texas weather, and then we'll play it through some other tones. But for right now, Fender 2008 Select Mahogany Body Stratocaster. Not every day you find a mahogany Strat, but this is one of them. Until next time.